The gate closed with a sound so final it echoed inside my chest. For a long moment, no one spoke. The cicadas resumed their chant, indifferent witnesses to human collapse. The ocean breeze slipped through the open terrace doors, fluttering napkins, brushing against the empty chairs where laughter had lived an hour ago. Sterling stood frozen near the pergola. His shoulders sagged, not like a defeated man, but like a boy who had finally dropped a lie he'd been carrying for years. Titus Banks checked his watch again. "I'll give you the rest of the hour," he said to no one in particular. "After that, locks change. Utilities transfer at midnight." Desmond nodded, already typing on his phone, his mind back in business mode. I remained where I was. Not triumphant. Not shaking. Just empty in a way that felt clean. Sterling finally moved. He walked slowly toward me, as if afraid I might disappear if he came too close. "Mom," he said again, softer now. "You didn't have to do all this." I turned to him. "Sterling," I said quietly, "I did this because I didn't have to anymore." His eyes filled. "I never meant to hurt you." I believed him. That was the tragedy. "You didn't mean to," I replied. "You just learned how to live comfortably with it." He flinched. Behind him, the house felt different already. Not abandoned, released. Like a body after its last breath. "I thought," he began, then stopped. "I thought being a good husband meant choosing my wife every time." I nodded. "And you forgot that being a good man sometimes means choosing what's right, even when it costs you." He wiped his face with the back of his hand. "They're gone." "Yes," I said. "They are." "And you're really leaving?" I looked past him, through the glass doors, into the living room where sunlight spilled across the Italian tiles I had once argued over. I remembered standing there barefoot during construction, blueprints spread across the floor, dreaming of dinners, grandchildren, long quiet mornings. "I left a long time ago," I said. "Today, I just stopped pretending I was still here." Sterling's voice cracked. "What happens now?" I smiled faintly. "Now you grow." He swallowed. "Without you." I placed a hand on his arm. It was the first time I'd touched him all day. "Without depending on me," I corrected. "That's different." We stood like that for a moment, mother and son, no longer owner and guest, no longer protector and protected. Just two adults facing the consequences of love mishandled. Then Titus cleared his throat loudly. "Clock's ticking." Sterling nodded, stepped back, and turned toward the house. "I'll pack," he said. "I'll be quick." I watched him go, moving through rooms that no longer belonged to either of us. Desmond approached quietly. "You okay?" I considered the question. "Yes," I said finally, for the first time in years. The walk through memory. I walked through Indigo Point one last time alone. Not to mourn. To remember. The guest bedroom where Sterling had once hidden after his first heartbreak. The study where I had pulled all-nighters finishing proposals while raising him alone. The kitchen where I'd learned to cook meals for one instead of three after my divorce. Every room held a version of me I had outgrown. I paused in the master bedroom. The balcony doors were open. The sea stretched endlessly beyond, blue and patient. I whispered, "Thank you," not to the house, but to the woman who had built it, stubborn, tired, relentless. Then I closed the door. An hour later, Sterling stood by the gate with a single suitcase. That was all he had taken. Not the furniture. Not the art. Not the memories he assumed were his by default. "I'll call you," he said. "I know," I replied. "And, Mom?" "Yes. I'm sorry it took losing everything for me to see you." I nodded. "Just don't lose yourself next." He watched me walk away. He didn't follow. That was good. 3 weeks later, I was sitting in a cafe in Lisbon when my phone buzzed. An unknown number. I didn't answer at first. Then it rang again. "Hello," I said. A pause. Then Zenobia Vance's voice, tight and strained. "Aaliyah, we need to talk." I smiled into my espresso. "Do you?" "Our daughter, is this situation escalated?" Sterling filed for separation. The press. I'm not your crisis manager, I said calmly. There was silence. Then, softer. We misjudged you. Yes, I agreed. You did. And Sterling.
He's learning, I said.
Just like I am. I hung up. 6 months later, Sterling visited me in Florence. Alone. No wife. No parents-in-law. Just a man trying to relearn himself. We walked museums. Talked about architecture. Avoided old wounds. Before he left, he said, "You look a lighter." "I am," I replied. "Do you forgive me?" I thought carefully. "Yes," I said. "But I will never disappear for you again." He nodded. That was enough. Final reflection. People think power is loud. It isn't. Power is knowing when to leave the table, even when you cooked the meal. I didn't destroy a family. I stopped allowing mine to destroy me. And that was the day Indigo Point stopped being my home. And I finally became my own.